2011 1.4 Cruze, obviously the Gen 1, but had a cracked cylinder head. Turns out I just heard back from Alderman's machine shop, dropped it off a couple weeks ago. Right now I was just getting it up on blocks and getting the downpipe and the mid pipe off so I can drop the pan and pop the pistons out from the bottom. I'm going to try and I'm going to do the best I can at recording this whole process, try and make it as least painful as possible. So bear with me. Alright, so first you're going to start by, actually I think you got to get under here. You're going to start by taking these 3 bolts off right here. Where the mid pipe connects to the down pipe, there's 3 bolts. I would spray them with WD-40 or Kroll for the sheer fact that all 3 of the ones on here snapped off inside. So I'm pretty much screwed now, but that's why I'd spray them. Got them out. And let me come around here and show you this. My best to keep the camera straight, but I can't make no promises. I turned auto rotate off on this, so it shouldn't automatically rotate. And you're going to take the outer 2 on each side, 1 and 2, not the third one, because that's how the bracket is bolted to the exhaust. The outer 2 on each side, you're going to take them off. Once you get them off, you got two bolts where the mid pipe right after the second cat comes to the resonator. Throw out there, this is piston removal only after the head is taken off. That's after the head is taken off. There's a whole separate video I have for the head removal, and I have a video for popping the pistons out, but it's a quick video. I only popped 2 out just to show a little bit of what it entails. I'm going to try and get the entire process in this video, so stay tuned. Okay, so turns out you don't have to take those 2 bolts out, just the front 3 and this bracket, which I already got them loose. Well, for the most part. And then you should have enough slack with it hanging down to like finagle the oil pan away from it. Alright, there's 2 right there. Let's go to the other side. Alright, once you get to the last one, just be aware it's probably going to drop down. She's almost out. Oh, and she's out. Well, oh yeah, that'll be enough room. Didn't mean for it to drop down like that, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, so, oh, I guess he unplugged the rear O2 also. Will make a difference. License on this. It's on the road. My girlfriend's, it's gonna be my girlfriend's little sister's car. Let's go front here. Let's see what we got. Put the plug back in. Oil pan. Slide that over a hair. So yeah, you don't have to undo the bolts that are back there that connect right there. They connect the rear cat to the resonator. Alright. Next, what you're going to do is and during this procedure, you should really have the crankshaft locked at top dead center. I don't know if you guys see the pin right here, but that's the pin. It just sets in there. I mean, you can just, and it pulls right out. But to get it in, it's like you rotate it with one hand while you have a little bit of pressure on this with your finger, and when you get it close to matching up the two dots on the pulley, you just like shimmy it back and forth a little bit with a big wrench, and you add pressure to this, and you'll feel it'll go click click and like click all the way into place, and then you shouldn't be able to move the crank after that with the wrench. I mean, I wouldn't put too much force on it, but you should feel it stopping. I mean, you can't like miss it when it clicks into place. It's pretty distinct. I'm gonna start working the wheel pan bolts now. I was wondering why the exhaust manifold and the first cat were so hard to move when I pulled the head off. Turns out there's two bolts here and then a bolt on the other side back here. Alright, these oil pan bolts are all the smaller star ones are an E10 socket. And they're not on there that tight, so a little bit of force goes a long way. Let's get them all broken free. These bigger bolts on the side that bolt the pan to the transmission. They are 15 millimeters. To break this free, I'm just using a metal chisel with a regular old carpenter's hammer, and I'm starting on the transmission side right here because the gap's the biggest. Like something broke free a little bit. We're getting her. Oh, there she comes. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get her done. I knew leaving her in there overnight would help. So it can be done without removing the first cat. Alright, we're just going to get right to it with this baffle. Alright, before I do anything else, I'll show you guys what it looks like up under here. I can't remember if I did in my other video, but got your oil pickup right here. And that's about it. by the way, if you're going to do this process, keep the crank locked. You don't have to take it out and rotate it. I mean, I never did that. Like, this is the second time doing this, one on my Cruze that I always put videos up of, and then this one, which is the 2011 I've been working on. And I'm not going to pull this pin or anything. I mean, I can stick my finger right there, and I can touch both of the rod bolts on pistons 1 and pistons 4 when they're at top dead center. And these ones they're just sticking down. But before I get to these rods, the rod end cap bolts are also an E10 socket. E10. If you don't got one, get one. Alright, I'm going to get all the rod bolts out, and then I'll start recording up top along with down here, and I'll pop each one out. And chances are you are going to need a breaker bar for this. Gonna slide these bolts out, and then I gotta keep each bolt in the right rod. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do this. I'm unsure if these are torque to yield, by the way. I'm going to be making a few other like how-to videos with this car. So as soon as I run to the dealer and get the rest of the parts that I'm going to need to, you know, fix everything and put it back together, I'll make certain whether the torque to yield or not, and I'll let you guys know. Do this also, make sure the bolts go back the same exact way they came out. These are a nightmare to get loose. The end caps on the bottom of the rods. So I'm gonna pause the video real quick, get something to make my life a little bit easier. I'm not sure what yet, and then I'll be back. If you're gonna do it this way, I'm about to do it. You can't be aggressive. All right, it's probably not the best way to do it, but it worked for me. You just gotta, you know, finagle it around there a little bit, and they'll break free. Just make sure you don't let it fall on the ground, and because then the bearing's gonna pop out, and you just don't want to get all crud on it and worry about nicking it up or anything. Anyways, if you're going to do it this way, just be extremely careful you don't scratch the sides of the like the wall of the cylinder, I use a screwdriver, like something longer, anything long. I mean, ideal would be like a long piece of like wood or something, or maybe a pencil with like an unsharpened pencil. But if you're gonna use metal, like just get something soft to cover the tip. It still has to fit up between the rod and the wall, between the rod and the cylinder wall. So you just slide it up nice and careful. Actually, that might not work. It might be too long. Okay, let me do this one first. All right. Okay, I got that one loose. See? You're just tapping from the back side of the piston, and it will pull the rod up. And release the bottom, the end cap. Also, you don't want to spin these around, like flip them the opposite way. They need to go back on exactly like that, exactly how they came off. They have to go back on. Keep them with the same bolts. Out. Another thing, be careful when you're sliding them out. You don't want to drag the rod along the cylinder wall or anything like that. Nick it up. Just be careful when you're doing it. 4 pistons and rods. Rod bolts and the rod end caps and bearings on everything. One piston number 4 is definitely cracked. I'm gonna check the rest of them. I wasn't expecting a cracked piston, but thank God I got spare pistons from my Cruze. They're good. I got 2 good ones, so I'll have to see if they're the same specs and all as these ones, since it's so much newer. The cylinder walls don't really look that bad. I'll definitely have to hone them out a little bit. I'm not going to remove the piston jets or anything, but I mean there is no everything's still smooth and all. There's no scoring or anything. I don't know if you guys can see the walls too. That is your piston and rod removal only after you have the head off and everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you can take something out of it. If you're looking to do this yourself or anything like that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever I post anything new. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys.